You are undressing in front of a bunch of men all over the world. How dare you have that even remotely double standard that your guy can't do what you're already doing?
Just to reiterate here, kind of my objections to when it comes to dating women who are involved in sex work, when it comes to you become, on a long enough timeline, you become very well versed and practiced in the art of lying and deception. Change your name, change your age, lie about your relationship status, you lie about everything. This starts to become a habit typically. If people start becoming practiced in lying, it starts to just, you just keep doing it.
I'm honest about my age and my relationship and all the other
If that untruth brings you closer to fleecing the money out of the pockets of your targets, you're going to lie. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of these OnlyFans become very well practiced in this. Also, some of them are involved in like romance scams. They're literally scamming the dudes. I'm not saying that's the case for you guys. We talked about the typers. We talked about the chatters. You'll lie about, oh, talk to me, baby. And then it's some dude. That's like most of these OF girls have a typer or a chatter. And it's a dude. You're like basically you're making these guys gay basically.
Yeah, that's non-consensual.
So are you telling them to unfollow all the women?
Huh?
That's not.
You're making them gay
That's
too.
not gay, but that's very traditional. That's very like keep it PG all the time unless you're intending to marry this chick.
Wait, what? I don't know.
That's a very PG. That's like a very, I don't know, adolescent perspective to be like, it's very innocent. Like,
what's innocent? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Innocent to like unfollow every woman that isn't your sister or your mom.
Wait, it's innocent?
Yeah, it's innocent.
So wait, do you like it? I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
I mean, innocence is good.
No, what do you
I like it if
mean?
you're dating me, better unfollow everybody else.
You're saying that men unfollowing every other woman is an innocent act?
It's like a naivety. It would be an innocent act, but in this instance,
here, seeing as we have Stay Safe who just joined us, we have. Wait, can you guys not be? Can you? I don't know. Guys, what are you fucking doing?
I'm sorry.
What are you telling her?
I can't say it. I was telling her something that I wish I could say, but I can't say it because you said we can't say it. Well, okay, I was saying never mind. I won't whisper it anymore.
Okay, what were you? Can you tell me what it was loosely about?
Well, you guys are talking about if a guy unfollows all women on social media. I was gonna say that would make him look pretty.
Oh, okay.
In that like
not straight.
Exactly.
It's like, why is this guy not
that's what I was saying.
following a bunch of dudes and no women?
Yay!
It'd be concerning.
Can I say
like, why only dudes?
it's like the guy's
It was
trying
a
to
joke.
revert to
It's like he's
virginity, his holy state.
But how many women will complain about guys who are following a bunch of random IG thoughts?
Yeah, if it's just random IG thoughts, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, anyone can be
I don't even care
insecure
about that.
But you said normies too.
Yeah, like men are
So that's where the
insecure.
arguments come in.
Anyways, to bring it to World of
Anything on
Warcraft.
social media, it's not really real. Like,
Well, I mean, if you're an OnlyFans model, you can't have a problem with your guy following other women. You're an OnlyFans model.
Yeah.
It'd be a double standard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so if you tell your guy, if you're an OnlyFans model and you're doing all kinds of horny, girly shit on, and then you expect your dude to respect you and not follow other women, you're delusional. You're delusional to think that
But I
your
think
guy's
someone
not going to follow other
even
women.
even cares about that? Like, why is my dude's following other girls? It's
Because women are dumb and they do. They get upset. I've known plenty of
I know,
other
I've heard
OnlyFans
crazy
women
like that,
who are
for
like, I
sure.
can't believe he's following this girl that. You are undressing in front of a bunch of men all over the world. How dare you have that even remotely double standard that your guy can't do what you're already doing? And you're promoting it, and you're pushing it on them, and you are manipulating, and you are lying, and you're deceiving
The
these other men.
you, because not me. My dude watches. I love it.
I'm not
kind of
saying
a
every
little bit of
woman.
a
I'm not
little
saying every,
cucky
but a majority
sometimes.
of them.
I don't know. And just the last thing, I'm kind of territorial, so I don't want other men to be like looking at my girl like that.
A lot of men are, and that's what
a
comes.
lot of guys look at a woman and
That's monogamy.
They automatically
That's what monogamy
start
is.
thinking things if they're attracted to them.
You can't be an model and then say you're a monogamist. There's just no way. You
That's why I
can't.
say monogamish.
You can't. Yeah, you can't. You can't. You can't even represent the whole monogamy thing because of what you do. Because it is a double standard. It's hypocritical. It's hypocrisy.
Well,
I mean,
it's
if you're
mainly
not
just
sleeping
social.
with anybody else and you're not meeting up with anybody else in
You're
person,
sharing your
then-
body. You're sharing your body and these personal things that should be only reserved for the person that you're with or married to. If you're married and you're an OnlyFans model and you're sharing your body on the internet and I can pay to see your hole, you are not a monogamous woman. I'm sorry. You're showing your private parts to other people who are not your husband. Because when you take that vow, when you get married, you're vowing to be for that other person and only for that other person. Unless you're polyamorous, it's a completely different thing. But if you,
I mean, maybe if that's what you vow, though. I mean, everybody, you can vow different
let
things.
me
in
ask you,
marriage.
let me ask you a question. Do you plan on being in a monogamous relationship at some point in your life?
Yes.
Okay, are you going to do it before or after you leave OnlyFans?
Their round meatball donated $200. Would you guys quit of all making any kind of content if you were in a relationship?
Exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Meatball.
That's exactly my question.
Yeah.
Is
So
the
you-
man gonna like make up for the? I don't do this, but
Yeah.
just hypothetically, is a man gonna make up for the financial differences? Like, are you going to be a provider and substitute whatever they were making?
Why should he have to?
No.
Why should
Why
he
should I
have
have to give it up?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
everybody has a right.
Because you want to be in a monogamous relationship.
But that's you're assuming that they want to be in a
Well,
monogamous
that's why I
relationship.
asked. I asked her, and she said yes. She wants to be in a monogamous relationship, married.
Well, then, but it's sort of a false equivalence. Like, it would make more sense to say, would you be okay with your man doing fans?
Some
that
guys
would
are
be
okay
the
with
equal.
it. Some guys think it's hot and they get on by it, and that's literally a.
And then once
kink,
once the honeymoon phase is over, and he leaves you because he can't take it anymore, then what?
But this for me, this isn't forever. This is
Right. But that's why I said
it's
for
fun
your
for me, and I
20s.
express my and saving money, and
But
then
that's why I said your 20s is
transition
around
different.
finding out who you are. So you're not quite at the threshold where you should be figuring yourself out yet, but you should probably stop before you figure yourself out.
I mean, everyone
I'm figuring
has
myself out right now.
different. Everyone has different tolerances for social deviancy and sexual deviancy.
Yeah.
And any rational guy going into a relationship or looking for a potential relationship, he's not going to seek a woman who is putting herself out there as a sexual being
To other men.
To other men. There's going to be allure. Like, guys look for allure in women. They do look for a little bit of competition, but that's not competition. That's like,
I just think it's crazy
just
for anybody
exposure.
to speak for like
A whole group
everyone.
of
Well, no, but
people.
here's the
Like,
thing.
I don't think that's
most
broad
Okay.
category
most
level.
most men that are okay with it are not high value men.
I mean,
I would not.
And
if-
they're not the men that you're going to want to marry.
exactly.
So what these two
I mean,
ladies just say, I think one thing that might be forgotten here, and again, no judgment, honestly.
no judgment.
But one thing that I think might be being forgotten here is that what men, and I am generalizing here, but generally speaking, I think that what men fall in lust with is very different than what men fall in love with. And I
That
think
part.
a lot of times, maybe
100%.
because of the way we were raised, the way we value or don't value ourselves, I think especially as women, I've seen a lot of people conflate those two things, and I think it causes a lot of pain on both ends. I think a lot of men are very confused too.
Do you do BG content?
No.
You only do solo content? Okay. So, I mean, obviously there's scales to it. Like a girl who's only done like lingerie stuff on OnlyFans, it's not quite as suboptimal as a girl who's done like gangbangs,
And sex acts.
you know, and,
True.
and like BG content.
But in my opinion,
But it's still suboptimal.
like if some, like to me, like my standards, right? Like I would never go and do mainstream because to me, like I just can't do that with sex. Like, and I think if, to me, a woman doing mainstream and having a bunch of different men literally on camera, like you can see all
Yeah,
these
that's
different
bad.
men.
That's bad.
That's not a vibe. I think a woman that does boy girl content with her partner, her boyfriend, husband, whatever it is, and then maybe a divorce happens and it doesn't work out and now she wants to date someone else, is that person gonna judge her for having sex with someone else? Like,
can I ask a
whether it's on
question?
camera or not,
Yes.
like you're gonna be upset that your girlfriend that was dating people before you had sex with other people.
Yep.
on camera.
Can I have a question? I have a
Yeah.
question. I have a question. Do you believe that doing OnlyFans, does that give you confidence? Does that build your confidence? Do you feel more confident because you do OnlyFans?
I think, actually, yeah.
Because I think it's a false sense of confidence. Because here's the reason why I say this. Because OnlyFans gives you confidence because it's based on looks. It's only based on looks. You're not having Pulitzer Prize conversations with people that are checking out your titties and your. So the second the OnlyFans is done or your looks fade, then what are you left with? What are you left with?
Well, I think, I mean, obviously none of us really know each other that well, but like before I did